Okay. Any question up to this point? Yeah. Please call me back.
The starter organization that is to your email, should we use English or?
Doesn't really matter. I don't really care. Anything else? Look, you are allowed to absence without any notice 3 times. Okay, use it wisely. I've been students, and during my time as a student, I also make use of my absenteeism limit for many reasons. Okay. Any more questions? No? Okay. Yes. Later, after this class, I'll display that again. Yeah, because it's usually successful at the end of the. And in any case, since you are here, I can manually override that. So I know that you are all here. The CCTV will confirm that. So. Okay, let's introduce you. So this is the first time all of you meet in person, or have you met in person before? Okay. So Bellatrix Darmawati Putri. Oh, where are you from? Bali. Which part? Okay. You know that interesting part. When I was student here in 1990s, students that came from Bali usually came from 3 regency: Denpasar, Gianyar, and Tabanan. There is one lecturer here, Pak Gede, is from Gianyar. Another lecturer, Pak Putu, is not from Bali, he's from Nusa Penida. But recently, just recently, a lot of students that came from Bali or came from Denpasar. We don't know why at that time. The trend started in year 2000. Although the number of students from Bali that pursue higher education in Yogyakarta increasing, the number that entered Atmajaya actually decreasing. I don't know why. So why did you select this university?
International class.
Okay.
Karena my brother is Atmajaya itu bagus sudah kamu itu aja.
Okay.
So that's the main point.
Okay. When I was entering this university, I was doing that by accident. Yes. No, I mean, let me finish my story. So, graduated from high school, I was determined to get computer science degree. So I followed. I go to state university test base for computing science in Gajah Mada and University of Indonesia. But my maths is just around 6, and computer science is pure mathematics. So I failed. So one day, that's before the announcement, my classmate came to my house and asking me to accompany him to register. So, and my mother heard that. So she gave me money. Go ahead, register because my father was graduated from this university as well. My father was the first class in this university. So because of my dad said that, yes. At that time, accounting program accreditation was the second highest. So it's now probably B. At that time, it was called terdaftar, register. And the highest accreditation disamakan at that time, A right now, was then when I was enrolling in at that time penataran P4. Okay, so that's when the letter from the government stating that the accounting program accreditation reached the highest accreditation ever. What's the difference? In my time, when we didn't have disamakan accreditation, I have to take state exam. So few subjects need to take state exam. It's exactly the same subject, exactly the same material, but the lecturer that gave the exam came from state university. So I was happy. Okay, so that's why that's accident. Okay, William Reynaldo Chandra. Okay, so where are you from? Which part? Oh yeah, this one. I don't think that's Jakarta. It's Bantul, right? Oh yeah, that's Tumbularjo, right? Okay, yeah. Because I live in around Gedong Kuning. You know that if you are not from Jogja, there is a street called Gedong Kuning, just south of it. On the west side of that street, that's the city of Yogyakarta. On the east side of the street, that's the regency of Bantul. I live in city of Yogyakarta, so yeah. I can like William here, I can claim myself that I live in Yogyakarta. Anyway, so why you enter this university? No, I ask you this because this is your second semester, right? It's not too late for you. Any of you doesn't like accounting and only enroll in this program because somebody made you, either your parents, your relatives, or your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever. No, you voluntarily enroll in accounting. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Because every semester, not the last 2 semesters because we are under pandemic situation, but I found a few students when they come to me for academic guidance every semester. I found that students with low GPA usually have problems. Okay? I usually look at their attendance. Their attendance, most of the time, were good, more than 75%. And they were working hard, submitting all assignments, sitting in all exam, but still they could not achieve better grades. So usually I ask them why. Then after probing for a little bit, usually just around 5 minutes of discussion, they usually admitted that they they didn't like accounting. They enroll in accounting program because somebody else made them. Yeah. So if they were still in the first or second semester, I'll ask them to return to their home, meet their parents, and tell them, "Look, I'm not happy with accounting. It's miserable. I really don't like it. May I change it?" There's one female student that said that she was intent to enroll in interior design, but she could not get approval from her parents. My own brother, when He was graduated from high school. He was accepted at Gajah Mada. That's the only one from my family. We have three. My father and my mother had three sons. I'm the eldest. From those three sons, only my brother, the middle child, here accepted at Gajah Mada. He was accepted at biology, I think. But he was miserable. His GPA is less than 2. He would be, kicked out by Gajah Mada at the end of the second year. So he asked me at that time to discuss that with my parents, and I told my parents, no, my brother was miserable, okay, so let him change. So after the first year, he changed to psychology. Not Gajah Mada though, Sanata Dharma, and he was happy with that. He got good GPA and things. So again, if you are here because somebody else met you, although it's a year, I think it's worth to reevaluate. Not necessarily because of bad grade. I once had this female student again that she had 3.6 GPA. Okay, so it's quite good. And at that time, I asked, after our meeting, as this courtesy, I asked her, do you have any question? I didn't expect any question, actually. It's just standard operating procedure. And yet she said, yes, I have question. So I asked, what is it? So she asked me what kind of seminar class that she should take. And I asked her, so which because I think we have like 5 or 6 different seminar class, which are from those seminar, auditing, financial accounting, public accounting, taxation, which one that you like? And she said, none of them. So after further discussion, it was revealed that she was actually entered accounting, enrolled in accounting program because of her parent asking her to enroll. She actually want to enroll in electrical engineering. And judging by the academic electrical pole to change cable or something, I don't know. Okay, Michael Auriel Gilbert, where are you from? Batam. Which part? The new terminal. There are a few lecturers that came from Klaten. Arnawa, the head of management department. Pak Sri Susilo, the head of economic program, just like and one of the accounting lecturer here, Ibu Jenjang, that if you look at the list, that currently is in Belgium for her PhD. Okay. So why did you select that? Very good. Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter the reason that you are here, as long as you are here and you committed to this. Okay, Gloria Ivana, where are you from?
From Jogja.
Which part? Oh, okay. Why did you select Atmajaya?
Because I love to have experience to study abroad.
Okay. Why didn't you study abroad then?
I just want to have experience in doing study in other countries.
Okay. Yeah, that's a requirement in this part, right? Although I'm not really sure about that right now. No, if you there is a one scholarship that I got from Australian government. It's called the Australian Awards Indonesia. I'm one of the interviewer for that scholarship. The awardees, people that get that scholarship, from 2 years ago, only recently they were departed to Australia because of the COVID pandemic. So I don't know about whether you can actually visit other country for study, but who knows? Still have like 2 more years for that, or yeah, who knows? Maybe things get better. And Indonesian are known for their strength, traits. But when I was studying, one of my supervisor actually had to be hospitalized for about 2 weeks because he was pricked by some thorny plants in his garden. Just pricked it. And that's 2 weeks. Another supervisor has to be hospitalized because allergic reaction to peanut. And when I was studying, because of the weather, I had no split. What I did is just pinch my nose for like 5 minutes, open it, and that's it. No doctor, no whatever. Okay, thank you, Stefania Vanessa. Where are you from? Palu, Sulawesi. Oh, long way home. So why did you select? Okay. Now, last but not least, Krisan. So where are you from? Which one? Which part? That's Sleman, right? Which part? Okay. So close to on the north part of SKW or the south part of SKW? Okay. So did you go to Kalam Kudus? Okay. Just Kalam Kudus, right? Yes. Okay, thank you. I'd like to start the process with knowing each other a bit. And since you already met with each other, that's also a good thing. Let's start with the material. I'll provide you the materials through kuliah site. You can download it anytime you want. Okay, so overview. I'll get a base. Usually, I like to work since we have I'll stay in China. Okay. Now, with the content information. This is basically basic what you already learn in content. Any of you can run social science so half of you already learning everything. And half of you from this state. high school, I was at that time, there are four concentration in high school. Physics, biology, social science, and language. I was from biology, so when I ended up accounting, it was shocking to say the least. Anyway, okay, so you already understand if we have transaction or economic event, how to identify the transaction, how to measure the transaction, and how to record the transaction, then how to classify things like that. Then at the end, you will have financial report. We'll go through the same process again. However, with the accounting information system, the focus will be on the procedures and process. For example, if you're familiar with buying something, grocery stores, you have paid for that. You see any journal made by the cashier? Yes, really? Has there been journals? Cashier, it was provided. But are there any journals in that journal? Of course, obviously. Just the journals take a different form than what you already learned in. Now you will learn the formal form of how the journal should be written for capital. And also, we will learn the actor, people who involved in that. In introduction, when you create a journal, is there any mention of who did what? The journal of cash sales, cash sales. Numbers of the cashier, numbers of how many people involved, that's the journal. With accounting information, we will learn who involved in that transaction and what the part of that transaction this is actor or people or person involvement. Okay, so yeah, that's what we will have in our subject throughout semester. Okay, so this is just basically reviewing again data, information. Now, why we need information? We need information to make decisions. This is called the rational decision making. In this case, you need to make rational decision. Why? Because with rational decision making, you consider all the available information to make that decision. You are not only considering good, you also considering bad and worse. With rational decision making, the goal of that process is to achieve optimal result. Based on the decision, but optimal results for the highest probability or the lowest cost. So, for example, company have a financial problem. They have to take some cost cutting measure. Every cost cutting measure will be painful. You could sell company, you could hire few people just to reduce cost. choose products or your product. It's always painful. But with rational decision making, you try to make decisions that have the least negative impact. So that's optimal. Now, we don't always make decisions based on rationalism. We don't always, as humans, make rational decisions every time. Sometimes we make decisions with our emotion, and that's fine. In some cases, say if you want to select your future husband or wife, yes, there will be some, financial consideration, for example, but most of the time you need to take that decision with your heart, not your brain. Okay, so that's emotional. What happens with people that should make rational decisions but they take their decision in emotion? The loss. Take a look at recent event. That some investment company recently just the head of the investment company recently just arrested by the police. He was claiming that this company was actually legitimate, having all the necessary license, but apparently that was not the case. This company was illegal. And a lot of people lost their money invested in that company. Why? Because they make the decision using emotion. If they rational, if they make the decision with rational, they will always see that you learn this in financial. Everything that gives you high result, high return, will also carry with it high risk. Low risk, low return. There is no such thing as low risk and return. So, high risk and when people, I say that those people have emotion because they only look at one of high return or high result without looking at the high risk. So they make the decision based on partial information. Although this information is always there, but they choose to disregard that information and make decision based on the hope that they will get high return or high results. And you know what happened? They lost their money. So that's why if you make business decisions, including investment, taxation, or anything else, make that with rational decision. Okay. The problem is sometimes, well, in this case, it's not sometimes all the time. We were inundated with so many information. We were overloaded with information. Just take a look at the social media. About any issues, there are so many people going for something and going for something. And good parties, the fact that all listening, that all parties related, sometimes it's just exhausting for people. That's why that's information overload. And sometimes the information that came to us is not really a high quality information. Say, for example, I don't know about your view, I respect that, but let's be critical. I read a lot of people that refuse vaccination, not only for COVID, but for others, say that vaccination is a scheme made by Bill Gates, to control human. So they claim that all the vaccine will have chip in it. Have you ever seen the smallest chip ever made by human? It's just as big as a grain of rice. That's the smallest chip ever made by human. Second, have you seen the syringe they use, the needle they use for vaccination? It's so small. It's the smallest needle in medical world. So I think that's almost impossible. Third, and this is, I think, the most critical, Bill Gates would never make Microsoft Windows work without any problem, and yet he wants to take control of human. That's impossible. If that's true, then somebody will be restarted right now. Everything. So yeah, be critical. Don't believe everything you hear, but also at the same time, you need to be open. I know that's uneasy, but in business, we need to do that. Okay, and technology could help. Okay, so this is the value of information. Again, in business, every action, every decision need to consider cost and benefit. As long as the benefit outweighs the cost, that's okay. But if the cost is bigger than the benefit, that's need to stop immediately. So if you have two options, and on one option, option A, the benefit is positive compared to the cost, and on option B, the benefit is negative compared to cost, you always select A. So benefit should exceed the cost. Now, in regard to information quality, these are all three characteristics of useful information. Once access is restricted, means people who can create and disseminate that information are selected. Not everybody can have it. For example, if you want trusted news, which news outlet Kompas or my blog? Kompas obviously, right? Yes. Access. In Kompas, not everybody to write articles and publish it. It has to go through process. Actually, by somebody else before it gets It has to be accurate, means free from error. It's available. Let's take a look at the examples of the class offered to you. That you read that before you, well, you still have practice. But next semester you have to select your own subject, right? And you'll receive that information every semester from the faculty. These are the classes that offered to students in this semester. And that will be delivered or published before the class registration process started. So you have time to learn that information and then make decision. So it's available. Reputable, again, Kompas and my blog. Complete, does not omit important aspect or event or activities. So when you receive the class schedule for next semester, you will receive the code for the subject, the classes, the schedule for the lectures, Monday 10 a.m., the schedule for exam, the prerequisite for the class, so on and so forth. There is one information that has been, well, this is decided by the faculty you last year before you enroll in this university, that the name of the lecturer for that particular classes have been withheld. It used to be written. So, for example, accounting information system B class, who's the lecturer, it will be displayed previously. When I was student, I always know who will be the lecturer. But for some reason, the faculty decided not to display that to the students before the class registration. Concise, it's clear, brief, and yet it's not omitting any important aspect. Consistent, same format over time, and also the content will always be consistent as well. Current, up to present. If you were given the class offering from the year 1995, it will be irrelevant to you. Okay? Because most of the time, the subject will be different. The lecturer that deliver the subject also might not be exist anymore in this university. Is objective, unbiased, unprejudiced, and impartial. Relevant, reduce uncertainty, and improve decision making. This is the part where I disagree with the faculty. Decision to withhold the name of the lecturer. Why? Because that's what classes. And you know who will be the lecturer. And yes, as a student, I will try to get classes where the lecturers are nice. Less assignment, easy exam, if possible, having access to all, and I did have one letter. He had now taken the firm in Jakarta, and so he had to travel to the for teaching or classes. And most of the time, I'll take almost half of the semester goes there. It's often that we already do emphasis, but since we are tired, and we only have one exam, that's no. I know that a lot of students will happy with this and select this kind of lecturer, a favorite lecturer. But that's okay. I mean, that's part of life. Outside this campus, you will find this kind of behavior all the time. When I asked my daughter to accompany me to watch, that's before the pandemic, to watch, do you know the artist, singer named Brian Knight? No? Oh, God. Brian Knight he's an R&B singer. When I attend in 2019, 2019, he was performing in Prambanan. He was a Grammy Award winner artist. And yet when I asked my daughter to accompany me, and let's watch Brian, and he said to us, you are so old. Brian Knight is old. Who is the singer that you like these days? You don't like music? I don't believe that. Who's the singer that you like? Who? Oh, that was sweet. Yeah. I like her when she was to all music and all. Anything? When I was young, I had also stage. Occasionally, I like melody. But have you ever heard a group called Songbird? Songbird, no? It's not. Songbird was it's alternative about that. So I listen to Indonesia. I have to ask my relative that live in Texas. So yeah. Okay. Timely, provided in time for decision making. If you receive that information about class offering now, it's already too late. But if you receive that information back when you did your first semester midterm exam, it's too early. You will not be able to read that information and decide anything because you still focus on your exam. Usable, easy to use, understandable. The information has been reformatted to be given to you in a form that you can read. The original form of that information is like this. So this is the base. And this is the section. So this is the actual format that probably give to select on the schedule. For this subject, for example, like Monday, second session. It's not what looks like to you, right? It has different format, right? That's because it has been changed to be understandable. If that's the format that they use to be given to you, you will have difficulties to understand. That's because that format was intended for the lecturers, not for the students. So the same data, the same information, but the appearance has been changed, can change the understanding process of the reader. For example, all of you, I guess, when you read that information, will come to the same conclusion. Content information system big class will be on Monday, second session. Even students outside this international program. Okay, now, shift. You know that in the last 2 years, 3 years, the students that take this class, not everyone, they take exam and exam to accounting program. All of our English will be the white of class. You know that? You know why? Any idea why? And then there's the real. It's interdigital, about the reason why happened because as a work to go into accounting or you know that's typical because accounting was listed as first among the first profession that will be replaced by shape. Then you still there. Now, okay. So let me give you this. Can you answer the ANZ they have changed their account system to using more computers. They use artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, change their account system into more automatic. And yet, in 2019, employee of ANZ in accounting department recheck all part-time. So they hire more accounting people compared to before the automation. So apparently, at least in the ANZ case, automation of accounting process that sometimes lead to information. You can technical analysis. Why? This is my second explanation. Computer is good in analyzing numbers. That's the mathematics. So as long as you can change something into a number, can be processed by computer faster than anything. However, computers start to have problems with text. Have you ever used Google Translate? You think it's accurate? How many percentage? My estimation is about between 60 to 70%. That's already the best in the world. Yeah. That's showing you that computers are having difficulties in processing text. At least in sense of processing. Then we move to another layer of data. That's picture. Then computer differentiate between picture of Taylor Swift and Taylor like if they have the same timing Taylor. That's why in Instagram, TikTok, or whatever social media, you are encouraged to put hashtag in your post. That will help computer to classify the picture or video or audio. That's the key of processing pictures. Using hashtag. So it's still that. Human, on the other hand, is easily able to differentiate between fellowship, development, and okay, so again, don't be afraid. It's still way long time for computer to actually replace us. Now, every organization will have procedures. For example, if you want to register for class for this semester, you need to follow certain procedures. You need to pay for tuition fee. You need to register. You need to do this. What happens if you don't follow the procedure? You will be able to register. Right? After registering for class, you need to send the letters. If you pay for the fee for the class, what happens if you don't pay for the fee for the managers will not allow to sit outside of exam. So that's the procedures. And in any organization, there will be thousands and thousands of procedures and processes like that. You want to pay your tuition fee, there's a procedure for that. You want to sit on an exam, there's a procedure for that. You want to appeal your grade or mark, there's a procedure on that. So every organization will have procedure or process for achieving something. And that's called business process. A set of related and coordinated and structured activities and tasks performed by people, machine, or both to achieve a specific organizational goal. We will learn about that in the next few lectures. So, these are the components of information system. Most of the time, ordinary or layman people think that everything with information always related to this part. They are not wrong, but it's incomplete. Technology without people or organizations will be useless. Because we are cutting for themselves. Nothing. If you see futuristic movie about artificial intelligence, we are not there yet. Okay, so still, you know that. Let me give you this example. Have you heard the term machine learning? Have you ever heard the term machine learning? If you heard machine learning, what come across to your mind? A computer reading a book or something like that? Let me give you. Machine learning is basically statistic. So later you will have a business statistics subject, I think. Then you will learn part of machine learning. That's machine learning for you. With statistics, you can predict something. I can predict based on health condition, whether or not a people or a person could develop a diabetes. As long as I have the data, I can predict that. I can predict whether or not a bank customer will be failed to pay their loan or not, based on certain type of data. That's machine learning. So it's simple statistics. Now, the machine learning part is here. So we need this people to actually work together. We will discuss that part. Okay, so part of business process is also transaction. Okay. You already learned about transaction in introduction to accounting, which is agreement between two entities to exchange goods, services, or event that can be measured in economic terms, like depreciation. So these are the interaction between information system and also external or internal party. So all those thousands of business process and transaction can be classified into 5 accounting cycles. Revenue cycles, this is where the company take the revenue by selling something. And then we see cash. Expenditure cycle is where the company can provide of services and they have to give their parties cash. Production cycles, the worker can labor, the company will need to buy all materials and then it will transform labor and raw material to finish good. financing sectors. This is for getting the capital for running the company, either for selling company stock, issuing bond, or applying for loan to financial institutions. To get money, the company will get money, and then they have to pay that with money in form of dividend or stockholder. The next is for the bond and loan. Now, payroll. Payroll is the company receive labor from the workers and it cash and other things or benefits. Some tools will include payroll inside the explanation. The company get labor, but Rami put payroll in separate cycles because when dealing with human, we are not only dealing with victims money. That's much more complicated than human resource management is one of the most complicated and unpredictable part of organization. With machine, for example, computers, it's easy. Doesn't work, it needs repair. Okay? Fail, just throw it away, get something new. With human, not that easy. Human from time to time also can have problems, health problems. But can you fire an employee just because he or she was sick? No. My wife working as a salesperson, and she had this one employee that had massive stroke a few years back. He could not work anymore, and he asked for termination. Okay, so he want to terminate being fired basically, and the company agreed to fire him. And yet the process to fire this employee, although he asked to be fired, to be terminated, takes like more than a year. And that's both parties agree on that. You can imagine if one party disagree about the termination. I was almost terminated in this university many years ago. That's story for another time. So that's why payroll will be an independent cycles that we will discuss that separately from data cycles. So accounting information system is a system that collects, records, stores, and process data to produce information for decision makers. Okay, so this is basically information system. Okay, artificial intelligence. Again, this is not something that really in concern. Okay. Artificial intelligence is actually able to help us to think, not replacing us. It's better in diagnosing illness. It's better in preventing fraud, preventing corruption. But it's just like every technology, it depends on the user. It's like a knife, simple technology. Knife can be used for cooking, can be used for carving, but also can be used to burn. It depends on the user. Similar with artificial intelligence. However, we usually so you can understand what is it, okay. And avoiding area of work where artificial intelligence already excel in it. Say, for example, producing financial report. If you want to work in accounting for producing financial information like what you already learned in introduction to accounting, well, bad news. There will be no more of that jobs in the future because it will be handled by computers. With traditional accounting system, with human, it could take 3 months to produce financial report. With computers, it probably takes a week. So it's faster, better, cheaper. Bank teller, for example. You know how much it costs to have a bank teller in any bank? You have to pay for salary. You have to pay for benefit. It could only work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. They need time off, with leaves, at least 2 weeks per year. They could get sick leave. They could be emotional. Before they went to work and they have argument with their spouses, that's it. The whole day will be doing it. But the computers, no. So those menial jobs that I think in human, computer replace them, I don't think that would be a problem. Any of you have ever worked for as a cashier in school? When I was studying, supervisor cashier is one of the job, part-time job that students do. And it's you have to send the kid in velocity, on a bank PCD, you deal with using customer, yell at you, not make any mistake. So, if supermarket cashier is then you pay. So whatever they want different tax, they look themselves. Absolutely. Should be targeted. So having the Chinese one, to take to school the base model. Yeah. So the question about right. So we learn how to fix the that's the whole idea of teaching ability. So we can concentrate on tasks and jobs that not you. You know when the robots most intensively used? Automatic or welding. Because welding parts are one of the most dangerous jobs. We deal with electricity with high voltage and high current. One wrong move will be fine. And if that replaced by robot, that's okay. You don't have to go around with the company when program have their uranium, old uranium replaced by new uranium in use for all. Because no unit can spend that amount of application for all the time. So that's also a good thing. 2 years ago, I was training to the state transition company. They asked use technology like robotics to calculate without shifting the system of the company. Start with the highly dangerous job force. I don't know what the highly dangerous job implementation, but I imagine dealing with electricity. If robot was shot in like a period, then the first thing that happens is buying a new robot. Human electricity. Okay. Data analytic, we will touch this subject. The new curriculum that our department currently developed also will include this new subject about this. So this is the direction for accounting students in order to stay relevant. The one in ANZ that I told you about, why they hire more accountants than before, because they need analysts. Computer could not analyze. Well, they could, but they could not tell you what does it mean. They could not communicate that to the stakeholder. People can, and that's another area that you can direct your effort toward your graduation. Okay, blockchain. Anybody ever heard this part? This term, blockchain? Okay. You know general ledger, like of ledger. General ledger in accounting process is a centralized system. It means that you have journal, so then could be posted to general ledger. But when you produce financial report, you have to refer to this centralized. If you want any information, go to it. Blockchain is actually separating or decentralizing data into smaller Excel-like network and distribute them into different modules. So, for example, I need a ledger for customer A. Oh, ledger for customer A is the system protocol. Why decentralized? Because if you have centralized ledger and something happens to this, say this point, that's it, you lost everything. But the distributed data, if one computer is not, you still have another. Now, the problem is with blockchain is first there is the regulation. Yeah, this is still technology that we need. It has promises, but it still has a lot of problems to be solved. Second, and this is fundamental problem with blockchain. When you add more chain, you add more ledger to it, you will have long chain, longer and very longer and longer. The problem is performance. With centralized, you have one. But with blockchain, you have thousands chain functions. So if you have 100 ledger, for example, finding where's the ledger for customer number 2, just have to deal with 500 computers. When you have 10,000 computers, 10,000 ledger, you have to search them through them. So the bigger the ledger, the longer the change, so that's the fundamental technical issue that SFD have to solve. Now, blockchain usually used for cryptocurrency. Okay, and you know that cryptocurrency mostly for speculation, for gambling, or for any other negative activities. So, yeah, if you want to invest, not do any of these cryptocurrencies. Cloud computing, I think you're already familiar with this. As long as you use social media, you use cloud computing. Internet of Things, smart TV, at my home last year, since the three of us, my wife and my daughter, we were confined to our home. We and then we started with the preparing what who should be our unit person. Also, there was the time to build the house. The secret people in that place would have some very important activities. I said to them, I have process. I said, I have detail in this. I have homework. So we decided to write a splitting and moving. It was not bad. It's clearer than I usually did. So, yeah, the funniest thing about that robot was I found out a few months ago that that robot always contact manufacturer and sending something. I don't know what that is. So, but when I block that traffic, that internet traffic, the robot suddenly becomes stupid, banging itself to walls. But when I open the block, it's become very smart in cleaning the house. So, you have to think about that. But yeah, Internet of Things, smart TV, smartwatch, a lot of things. I will not discuss this because it will be part of the next subject that we take after this, which is management information system. So I'll skip this. That's it. Any questions? For our next, you need to tell me through this with your conversation. Tell me the name and student ID of your group, okay, before the next lecture, which is on March the 5th, because next week it will be holiday. Okay. And however, the individual assignment will do next Monday. But that's the last individual assignment you'll have in this class. Any question? Yes. As long as you need. Okay. I would like to write something. Okay. But I also would like it to write so short that I couldn't understand. So, okay. Just write what you want to say. Just point, clear, and settle. Okay. So it's basically assignment you need to go about supermarket out. It's this actually exists for Amazon Group. Okay. I am going to contact you list all the assignment. Okay. I imagine it would not be more than 1 page. Two probably, if you want to add anything else, but anything more than 5 would be too much. 1 or 2 pages. Anything else? Okay, you want to try this again? Go ahead. Otherwise, you can always use this.